and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat and today I will be talking to you about This Savage Song by V.E.Schwab. This is the first book in the Monsters of Verity series, so this review is hopefully going to be non-spoilerish, but with me you never know what you're going to get. So I've been on a bit of a V.E.Schwab kick lately and it's been absolutely great because, to be honest, it was taking me quite a while to get through her books. Not because I don't enjoy them, because I really do, but because some are more intense than others and it can be quite difficult to get into the right frame of mind to enjoy it. I had this book to read for like a few months and it was taking me a long time to get around to it. I tried to read it once before and I only got like a couple of pages in and I just wasn't feeling it. But then that was during my reading slump era, so that was probably not helping it. I should learn not to read fantasy if I'm in a reading slump because, you know, fantasy is very intense and it can really take its toll, especially if it's involving like a heavy world building. I appreciate that Victoria's not to everybody's taste with her writing, but I have really come to appreciate it a lot more. Even, like I said, even though it takes me a while to get into it, I usually end up finishing the book with a big smile on my face. I didn't particularly have high expectations for this book because I'd not really read any reviews. I usually check Goodreads for my reviews, but this time I didn't, and I'm glad because sometimes it can really hinder your enjoyment if like a book has got like tons of 5-star ratings and you read it and you're like meh, or if it's got tons of 2-star ratings and you're just like conflicted. Do you read it? And then if you read it you really enjoy it and then you think, why are these people not liking it? I think, yeah, I prefer to keep my standards low, that way you don't really get so disappointed. I knew it was YA and I knew there was music involved, but I didn't really know that it was what it is. I found a lot of similarities actually between, granted very small similarities, between this and like the Morganville series and Vampire Academy, because in Morganville you have to pay for well, you don't have to, but you get protection from the vampires in order to roam freely without being murdered like randomly, and in the Vampire Academy you've got the different kinds of vampires. Granted, okay, there are no vampires in this, but there are monsters very similar to it, so, and you have to pay for, well, you don't have to, I guess, but you pay for protection so you don't get slaughtered down an alleyway or something. So yeah, I was instantly like, this reminds me of something. Also, like Vampire Academy, the school, and because they've got a school in this, granted it's not mentioned tons. It's not like they spend the whole book in the school, though there is a kind of monster called the Malachi, and in my head I kept on thinking Malachi, and it's really hard to like stop doing that. I was like, no, it's not a Malachi, it's a Malachi. I assume that's how you say it because it's spelled similar. You just take off the ack, I guess. Kate and August, I love these two. Weirdly, it took me a while to get used to Kate, although I did like August right off the bat. He was just, you didn't even know there was anything wrong with him at first. I thought he was just maybe a little bit off. You would never think there was anything wrong with him, you know. I mean, come on, it wasn't like he sparkles in the sun. Kate is really fierce and funny and practical. She's very pragmatic in her attitude. She doesn't care about making tons of friends. She doesn't want to become like Queen Bee or anything, but you can tell that she kind of wants to make an impression. How she goes about it is like, I got no mercy, like I'm not taking any chances. Whereas August is like the opposite. He just wants to hide, doesn't want any attention given to him. Like opposites attract, I guess. And I can't wait for Dark Duet because, I mean, what the hell's gonna happen? It's so heartbreaking because he wants to be human and it's every time anything happens he loses you feel my frustration, right? You feel it, you feel it, you feel it. We suffer because we're reading him suffering. The saddest version of misunderstood monster ever. I just wanted to inhale the book. There was nothing too complex about it. There weren't too heavy descriptions. I didn't feel overloaded with information. Even the fighting wasn't too intense, although it was kind of like just the right level of fighting where it didn't kind of lose me in the moment. There wasn't really any romance, but in a way I wasn't too bothered about that because everything else was so good. There were just slight sort of hints you know, scatterings of feelings, and you're just like enough to make your toes curl and your heart warm, you know. So yeah, so I mean, really, I can't wait for the next book. I think it comes out in June. I did do it on a video of my favourite books to look forward to. I don't know. That is it for my review. As scatterbrained as it was, I hope it made sense in some ways. And if you haven't picked up the Savage Song, I really suggest you do. This is the paperback of the UK, but I've also ordered it should be here soon, I ordered the US hardcover because I was really gutted that because I hadn't spread the pages so the spine didn't crack, and it cracked, and I'm just really sad now. So I ordered another copy, and I really shouldn't have, but I don't care because it's such a good book. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment down below if you've read the book and what you thought, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye! I forgot to mention that I rated this 4.5 out of 5 stars.